Hello friends, how are you all? Welcome to our jQuery video tutorial. In today's session, we will explore jQuery animation, a fun and powerful way to create smooth and interactive effects on your web pages. So let's get started. So first of all, what is animation in jQuery? Animation in jQuery allow you to change the CSS property of an element gradually over time, making the transitions smooth and visually appealing. With jQuery animate method, you can move, resize, fade or change element dynamically. Why use jQuery animation? So first of all, we have custom animations. In this, it's move, resize or change colors smoothly. Then the second is more control, which have fine tune speed, durations and behavior. Then better than CSS transitions, it's add dynamic effect with ease. Then the last one is simple and easy to use, no complex JavaScript required. Here is the first method, the animate method. The animate method allow you to change CSS property over a set duration. Here is the syntax. You can see here $selector.animate. Then here we use a properties. Here we use a speed and here we use a callback. So here we use a selector like p tag or classes like id. Then we use animate method and here we use a parameters like properties, speeds and callbacks. So first of all, what is properties? The CSS property you want to in this you want to animate. Then the speed, you use slow and fast or a milliseconds custom like 1000 for 1 second and the 2000 for 2 seconds. Or the third is callback parameters, which functions to execute after the animation complete. Now here is the example of jQuery animations. Now the first one, animate width and height. In these examples, it's increase the width and the height of a div when a button is clicked. Now you can see here is the syntax or a code. Now you can see here animate btn dot click functions. Now we use a box id here and we use animate method, and first parameter is with 300 pixel. Then the second parameter we have used 200 pixel. Then we use slow for speed. Now we open this in our code editor. Now you can see here we have button, then we have one div here which have box id. Now you can see here we use animate button here. Now the box id call here, then animate method, its width is 300 and the height is 200 pixel and slow. Now you can see here we use here box with width and height 100. Then when I click on this animate button, what happened, the button is the box grows in a size smoothly. Now you can see when I click, now you can see here it's smoothly grow. Now the second is animate multiple properties at once. You can animate multiple CSS property together. Here is the examples. Change the width, height and the opacity of a div. Now you can see here we have here box. Now we have use a animate method. Now you can see we use 300 pixel, height 200 pixel, opacity 0.5, and here we use a custom speed. Now you can see we use 1 millisecond, 1 second for 1 millisecond here. Now we open this in our code editor. Now here we have a custom CSS. The box width is 150 and the height is 150 and opacity is 1 here. Now here is the button. Now you can see here is the button. Now here we use a div. Now you can see this is a box which we have here. Now you can see here is the jQuery code. Now we use first document.ready function. In this function we use animate button id and dot click functions. When I click on this button, then this box is grow 300 width and height 200 pixel and opacity is 0.5 in 1 second. Now when I click on this box, now you can see it's grow and its opacity is 0.5. Now we use here 7, so when its colors not so, its opacity is not down. Now if we use 0.1, it's totally, now we click on this button, now you can see it's totally disappear. Now if we use 0, now you can see it's hidden. What's happened, the box expand and becomes semi-transparent in 1 second. Now the third is move and elements animate positions. You can move elements using the left or top properties. Here is the example, move a div to the right. Now what we use here, move right button, not click. Then we use box id, then animate, which have left 200 pixel. Then we use slow. Then you can see here, we open in our code editor. Now you can see here we use a custom css with 100 pixel, height 100 pixel. Now you can see we have take one button and one div here. Now you can see here is the jQuery code. Now we use here box.animate, we give left 200 pixel properties here. Now we use slow. Now when we click on this button, what happened, the box moves 200 pixel to the right smoothly. Now we click on this button, now you can see it's moved. If we use 400, now you can see if we use here fast, now you can see here it's fast moving. Now here is the tip, the elements must have position relative or absolute in css for left and top to work. Now the fourth is create a toggle animation. You can toggle an animation using a button click. This is the example here, increase the height on the first click and reduce it on the next. Now here we use a jQuery code dot animate height toggle and we use here slow. Now we open this in our code editor. Now you can see here we use custom css here. Now we use button, then we use div, then we have here jQuery codes. Now you can see here we use animate method. Now height toggle, use a property, now it's slow. You can see when we click on this button, I can see expand or collapse the box here. Now you can see it's expand, now it's collapse, now it's expand, now it's collapse. If you use a fast speed, now you can see here it's moving fast. Now we take 5000 millisecond here. Now you can see it's totally disappear in 5 seconds. Now it's totally visible in 5 seconds. Now the fifth is animate with a callback function. You can execute a function after an animation complete using a callback. Here is the example, show an alert after a div expand. Now you can see here we use animate method here, we give property width, height, and here we use a 1 second timeline. Then we use here callback functions which have alert box animation complete. Now we open this our code editor. Now you can see here we have style, custom style. Now you can see here we have a div we have one button. Now here we have a code. Now you can see here we use a click functions. Now dot animate with 300 pixel, height 200 pixel, 1000 millisecond. Now you can see here we use a callback function. Then when we click on this button, now you can see its box is expand and give a, after the 1 second it's give a alert box like animation complete. Now we use here we use 5000 millisecond for 5 seconds. Now we click on this button 1 2 3 4 and 5. Now you can see it's give me a alert box after the 5 seconds. Alright, let's quick recap what we learned today. The animate method creates custom animation. You can changes multiple CSS properties with height, opacity, etc. The callback functions runs after the animation completes. Toggle can be used for expanding or collapsing elements. If you have any question, feel free to ask in the comments. Keep smiling and happy coding. Thank you.